Welcome back, beautiful people, to a lovely autumn day here in Northland, New Zealand. Hey, are you sick of weeding your veggie garden? It's something I used to be sick of doing. In today's video, I'm going to go over why you need to be mulching your veggie garden. Let's get into it. As you might be able to see, our gardens are in a bit of a transitional phase at the moment. Just come out of a long, hot, dry summer, and I've just replanted a heap of new crops for the autumn, winter kind of season. We've got some quick crops coming up in this bed, but today's video is really about this stuff here, mulch, and why we need to be using it. Okay, now my number one reason for using mulch, the first one is it just prevents a heap of weeding. You know, we all love getting out in the garden. It's great for our mental health. It's really important for me. It's my happy space, but I don't want to be out here spending my life weeding the garden. So having a nice thick layer of mulch is going to stop those weeds from coming up. It's going to save you a lot of work. So here in New Zealand, we've just come through a massive drought this summer. We've had very little rain. So one of my big reasons of mulching my veggie garden hard is to allow the moisture retention in our soil. If you think about in nature, if you walk through a forest or a woodland, there's not going to be bare soil for a reason. So when that water falls on bare soil, it's not going to get sucked into the soil as well if it's rock hard in a drought. So this summer, one of the best things I did was mulching this garden hard. It allowed the soil underneath to receive the water we gave it. And I mean, the crops we had this summer, these aren't a summer crop. We've just recently planted this, but some of our summer crops were really successful. We had zucchinis in here, and they just did so well because of the mulch. In another bed that we had, one of the older beds, we didn't mulch it so hard, and those plants did not do as well. So one of the other big advantages of mulching the way we do it is it's going to give the organic matter back to the soil. We just let it rot down, and it's almost acting like a type of compost. Now we're just resting this bed at the moment, and we've got a thick layer of wood chips on here. You can already see those bottom ones are breaking down into a lovely mix in the soil. So our method of gardening that we use on our raised beds, it allows us to do almost like a no-dig garden. We're just putting more material on top every time, and it's almost composting down in a kind of way that's going to help our plants. So regarding what type of mulches you can use, there's going to be a bit of debate here. But you know, this is what works for me. We've got these wood chips we got for free, so that's a benefit. But general rule of thumb is that you can mulch with anything that's been living, so any kind of organic matter, whether it be wood chip, it could be some straw. We've got some pea straw in here, it could be lucerne, it could be grass clippings. Although if you're going to use grass clippings, you've got to make sure that they're a bit older. So a good tip is to dry them out before you use them, because if you just put a big slab of fresh grass clippings on your fruit trees or around your fruit trees or in your veggie garden, it's just going to be too hot, and it's going to damage the roots of a fruit tree, or even it's going to damage your veggies. Now here in New Zealand, we're coming into autumn, and yesterday we did a bit of a clean up, and I used the mower to collect up a load of leaves, which has chopped them up real small, and it's going to make us a quick leaf mulch. Leaf mulch is awesome to put around your veggies. It's going to break down very quickly, and it's going to add that carbon back into your soil. So with mulching, you've just got to really go with what works for you. If you can get it for free, that's going to be even better. Like, look for stuff around your garden. You could apply permaculture principles, chop and drop. You know, there's so many different ways you could do it. We're lucky because we have heaps of banana plants on our property, banana trees, and we can just chop them down, and they just act as an awesome chop and drop kind of mulch that's going to compost down into some great organic matter for our soil. So here we've got a Japanese raisin tree, and I've decided to mulch this with some old grass clippings. This was just a really good solution for us. You know, if we were to use our wood chip everywhere, we'd run out pretty quickly. So this was some older grass that we just left on the driveway for a day or so just to dry out and effectively kill itself, and then we put it round. And if I dig down underneath, it's nice and moist in the soil here, and that's just allowing this tree to flourish. I mean, we're still in late autumn here and it's still going, hasn't dropped its leaves just yet, but since we've mulched this tree, it's really kicked on and done well. So another great example of a tree which needs heavy mulching would be avocados. Our avocado tree here is just really pumping at the moment, mulched super heavy. We have left a gap just around the trunk of the tree so we don't get any rotting. You know, this tree is absolutely flourishing at the moment. A word of warning though, if you are going to use pea straw, just be aware you might get the odd grass seed in there if you're unlucky. If you're going to use grass, make sure it's not fresh green grass. If you're going to use wood chip, try to get the smallest stuff you can, or chuck it under your lawnmower to break it up even smaller. That's going to help it decompose quicker. I can honestly say, since I've started mulching my veggie garden as opposed to not mulching it, the results have been amazing. I would never go back. I love using wood chip, it's just quite low maintenance, but I'd love to hear what you're using. I mean, have I missed something? Yeah, I guess you could use cardboard or even shredded paper, but let's hear what you've been using for your mulch in the comment section below. Right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the thumbs up if this content's what you like, and yeah, share it around and subscribe if you're new. I think it's time for me to cover up my outrageous lockdown hairstyle at the moment,